Welcome back, everybody. Trying to cut abuse in the food stamp program. There's a new push in the Senate, but it was blocked despite the support they had from both sides of the aisle. The program has ballooned in the last couple of years, and it may be going to the wrong people. Check this out. A reported 46 million people get food stamps right now. That turns out to be 1 in 7 Americans. 27 million more than got them just a decade ago. And the overall cost is skyrocketing, too. It's doubled since 2008, quadrupled over the past decade. Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions is the Republican ranking member of the Senate Budget Committee. Senator Sessions, it's great to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jamie. It's good to be with you.
Can I start and ask you how big an issue this is for our country?
It's really big for a whole lot of reasons. First of all, the American people need to demand that this government examine every program, and food stamps has been totally exempt from any cuts. And this is one of the largest surging programs in the entire government, and we need to tighten that up. And also, I really believe, Jamie, that we need to look again at our entire welfare system and welfare multiple programs to make sure that we're moving people from dependency to independence and work. That was the '96 reform. We've lost its momentum. I think it's time to go back and recapture that and help Americans go from aid to productivity and prosperity.
Sure, so a hand up instead of a handout. I get
Correct.
it. But what sort of abuse have you discovered? How many people are actually getting it that shouldn't?
There's a huge number of people that are getting that shouldn't. States have manipulated the program, frankly, because all the money comes from Washington, but the states administer it and set up a lot of the rules. So they have created rules that allow people to receive stamps far beyond what the law, basic law says they should get. And I had an amendment that would tighten that up to say that if you've got 2 cars, a house, and $30,000 in the bank, but you don't have a high income, you don't get food stamps. That's what the law says, but states have rewritten the rules to do that. That would just save $11 billion out of $800 billion expected to be spent over 10 years, and it didn't pass. And I got to tell you, I was disappointed at that.
What can you do now about it? And given the fact that it would have saved so much money, and you discovered that it's going to people that don't deserve it, I mean, I'm sure you admit that it's a program that can help a lot of folks during these tough times. What can be your next step?
Well, we're beginning to educate people. People are talking about it. I felt on the floor of the Senate a number of people saying, well, you know, there are some problems in this program. So the House of Representatives, they're going to have an ag bill, and it's going to tighten up food stamps, I'm convinced. And we need to work together to support them. The Senate rejected any changes, basically, in food stamp program. And by the way, of the agriculture bill, 80% of the funding is food stamps. The farmers only get 20% out of this bill.
No,
so
understood.
This is a huge program.
It was unique even that it was part of the Farm Bill, to that extent especially. But one of the things is there are people who have income from odd sources. In the research I read, gambling winnings, you know, things like that. How are you going to track it to know really who in this country should get it and who really should have it taken away?
Well, one of the amendments I offered was to quit giving states incentives for how many people they sign up, because that encourages them to sign up anybody regardless of their wealth. So they've eliminated, in effect, in most of the states now, have eliminated the requirement your assets, that you can't get free food if you have substantial assets.
Senator Sessions, before we go, you're telling us that states actually get a bonus for signing people up for aid?
Absolutely they are. We're giving them bonuses for the more people they sign up, and we really need to be calling on them as administrators of the program to be making sure that it has integrity, that people who don't qualify don't get it, and instead the Washington mentality is to see how much we can put out, frankly.
Right.
And it's wrong, and we're in denial about our debt, and we don't have the money.
All right, Senator Sessions, thank you so much, sir.